Good evening, participants, educators. I want to welcome you to this webinar. I'm grateful to all of you who registered. Today, as we shall continue with this session, these are the guidelines that I want to put very clear. We'll have an interactive session, but the etiquette will be simple. In case you want to share something with us, I want to encourage you to use the chat room. You can literally also wait for the occasional time when we'll ask you to unmute and probably give you a room to interact with us. Like we've always done, I want to have a volunteer to give us an opening prayer before we can start. Can I ask any volunteer on call to put up their hand? Those who would wish to give us an opening prayer. Any volunteer? Oh, okay. Sir Isaac Kwagala, kindly unmute. I have sent you an unmute request. Kindly unmute and offer an opening prayer. Isaac?
For every opportunity. Yes.
Okay, I can now hear you. Please proceed.
Opportunity. Loving Father, for each mind and heart. We pray and say amen.
Amen. Isaac, thank you for the prayer. We've been experiencing network issues from your side, but we want to believe in that prayer, Isaac. Thank you all, colleagues. To begin with, I would appreciate all of you that registered. We sent you a call inviting your participation to registering for this retreat, for this webinar. And up to 384 amongst you registered, like you can see on screen. It was very, very good turn up. Those of you registered had very much expectations, understand the impact of AI in teaching, accepted users of AI, empowering yourself with technology. I did some correlation and realized that almost all of us had these similar expectations. As into our call, if you did recall, we had thoughts that whereas today majority of the educators think that technology is replacing teachers, we believe that is wrong. Technology has come to empower us. And for this call, we aimed to help us share experiences, how we can integrate different AI tools in the teaching and the learning processes with the objective of simplifying learning. It's a very great privilege that on call today, we have Mr. Kakulu Bernard. Those who have followed Mr. Kakulu Bernard is a long-serving colleague. He holds a very good experience in educational technology. If you can have my screen, this is his YouTube channel. If you search on Google, Kakulu Bernard, you'll get lots of videos that he has been preparing to share with us in our respective communities. I believe those of you who have utilized these videos, you must have found them educative. Speaking to you right now is Teacher Dennis Kruger, and this is also my channel. If you search on YouTube, Teacher Dennis Kruger, you should have seen a few of the videos I have created to help us in the teaching and learning process. It is this greater cause that put us together to discuss how we can use different smart teaching tools to make our lessons smarter from the word smart that you people have always experienced. Now, today we are going to have an interactive session. Those who have just joined us, most welcome. Feel free to engage us interactively through the chat. You have any questions, comments to come through, please feel free to wait at the opportune time when we'll give you room to as well put up your hand and share with us. Well, I want to ask you to do this. I want you to get your phone and open your browser just to demonstrate a little bit. Open your browser like I've done here in this new tab. And while this browser is open, type in ment.com.
Your browser is not seen, sir.
Oh, okay. Allow me do this. Okay. Thank you for that feedback. Hope you can see it. Could you see it?
It's clear.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, open your browser and type mint.com. Hope participants are following. Any of the browsers you're using, Chrome, Opera, just do me a favor and share. Rather open mint.com. Just some minutes to see that people get there. I hope you people are opening the browser. When you open the browser, it will ask you to enter the code. Just be patient and wait for the code. Like me here, I've opened the browser Mint and used the URL to navigate mint.com. And the message I have is enter the code to join. So where is the code? So here's the code. Some feedback, comrade. I hope you can see my screen once more. Okay. So the code is simple. It is 676334012. Please open. Let me type it in the chat here so that someone following can as well see it. It is 76334012. That is the code I want you to enter in the browser. This is what you'll see immediately when you open the browser. Rather, when you put the code. If you put in the code, you're going to okay, just a second here.
Repeat the code, sir.
The code is in the chat. I've shared it in the chat.
Recording in progress.
It is okay. The code is 76334012. Good. Now, when you put in that code, you're going to see the presentation I'm going to share on the screen finally, and then we continue. Okay, so everything we're going to do is going to be based on that presentation. We'll be scrolling as we go through. Now, as educators, we've been using AI. What have we utilized AI for? One, of course, just to move with you, our agenda is going to be as follows. Having received those welcome and introductions, we will have an overview of the AI tools. Immediately, we'll begin on the practicals demonstration, because in this shorter period of time, we would want to focus more on the practicals. That will include ChatGPT, Canva, a little bit quizzes, and other tools that will share in the stipulated time. Well, when you hear AI in education, what words come in your mind? Those who are logged into Ment and put in the code, you're free now to type in your responses as we have them on screen. You are free to even like, you're free to put in a comment as well. When you hear AI in education, what words come into your mind? So far, one person has liked, if you can see here on the screen, one response. Somebody has said artificial intelligence. Good response. Okay. Another one has also put in artificial intelligences. About 4 people have shared ChatGPT. Please keep sharing, keep sharing. This is the Michael Emmanuel. You're free to also use the chat room. Computer for help. Somebody has talked about innovation. I want to take again about 5 seconds to have more other people interact with me. Another person has put in using AI in learning. This is what they expect. Another has said additional information, getting answers quickly. Oh, okay. Guys, educators, I now get your responses. And so far, up to 23 participants have given feedback, and 10 members have liked. Thank you. Let's move to the next slide. You're free to also keep scrolling as we continue. Well, before we begin having the demonstrations, probably I would want you to again share the challenges. What challenges do you really face when planning lessons or creating teaching materials, especially associated with the use of technology? Feel free again to use Ment and then type accordingly. I'm looking at the screen. I want to procrastination. Somebody has given us that feedback. Procrastination would mean they always love, but they take long to implement. Coming up with graphics, hey, that is a challenge. Feedback good. Internet cost, making time, making the best time, matching teaching aid, limited resources in schools, lack of proper skills, poor internet, lack of money to buy data, limited resources. Oh, guys, I've seen the challenges. Thank you, thank you. You're free to like. You can just look below your screen and tap on the like button and probably keep communicating through us. About 20 people have shared views. This is very, very powerful. You are very great educators. You see on screen, I have 22 responses through. Just to summarize, how to create content. People have challenges there. Power instability. Some common challenges teachers face when planning lessons, creating teaching materials. Ignorance. Okay. My colleague Senior Kakul is on screen. He's also seeing all this. Hopefully, we'll have to integrate accordingly. In the interest of time, let's proceed the next slide as we almost link to the practical. Now, well, there are many artificial intelligence tools. We have ChatGPT, we have quizzes, Canva, Drift, Slides AI, QuillBot, and others. Now, we'll be sharing with you the link. One of the great philosopher called Alan Carrington created the pedagogical wheel. This pedagogical wheel clearly illustrates how we can illustrate or use different AI tools in version 7. I'll be sharing this shortly. But finally, I would want to get some responses about the following. Let's go to the next slide. Which of the following tools help simplify reading materials for students? I'm inquisitive. I want to know those who have used these tools. So far, 3 people think ChatGPT is the best tool to help them simplify reading materials for students. Somebody has also given Magic School, up to 19, 21 participants. Oh, guys, this is very interactive. Thank you all for this session. Looking through the chat room, yeah, those who didn't connect to Mint have also shared with us some feedback through, again, the chat, limited knowledge. Okay, guys, you're free to continue with Mint as we're having the presentation. You're also free to chip in your feedback. That is via mint.com. Yeah, at least 33 members here use ChatGPT. This is very wonderful. I wish we would have more time to give you a chance to share with us, like verbatively. Okay, and finally, let's go to this other slide and we end the theory part that accordingly. Okay, now, how would you use ChatGPT in the classroom? This is the fact that majority of you have seen that 35 on you on call have acknowledged that ChatGPT simplifies your teaching and learning process. How, therefore, do you use ChatGPT in your classroom? Please feel free again, share your responses. This is the last among the feedback we want, and then we'll kickstart the demonstrations accordingly. How do you use ChatGPT in your classroom? You can literally also tell us the purpose. Somebody has ably said to create content. Okay. Nice. As a means of simplifying and summarizing information. Oh, okay. Oh, oops, somebody has said I don't have any idea when giving tasks. So this person uses ChatGPT to create assessment items. I use it outside classroom only in my research purposes. Oh, okay. For challenging questions that we give the learners, for finding meaning of the items. Oh, okay. Getting responses to question while in the classroom. Somebody has talked about creating lesson notes, how we would create quizzes and responses, lesson planning, preparing. Oh, okay, this is good. Up to 31 responses. Educators, you are very great people. It is highly engaging to have this feedback come through. I know those who are not connected to Met have shared with us via the chat. Those who did connect to Met as through the invitation. We would still keep having this come through, like I've said. However, at such an opportune time, you see, educators, we have a great chance. I call it a great chance because today I co-present with Senior Kakuru Bernard. Those who have followed accordingly during the intro and joined in late, I told you Mr. Kakuru is an educator as a YouTube channel. Just in the YouTube search Kakuru Bernard. He's also an author with lots of resources he has created, those who have seen and supported. We want to kickstart our practicals. In the former presentations, I've been using Mint to create interactive presentation. So I'll be sharing with you how I created that interactive presentation using AI later. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me take this opportune time to welcome Mr. Kakuru. Mr. Kakuru, I want you to probably unmute and join me. As
I'm already on.
Absolutely. You are most welcome. Please, Mr. Kakuru will be taking us through the first AI tools, and then probably I'll come through later. Senior, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, and for this opportunity to share with you this evening. Once again, I'm Kakuru Bernard with different titles out there. So today, I would like to basically discuss together on the smarter teaching with AI. We want to look at those practical tools every educator should know. Thank you for turning up, and those who led us into the opening prayer, thank you so much. Thank you, Dennis, also for giving the opening remarks and that engaging session with Ment.com. So Today, I would like to change the mindset, because a fixed mindset does not go far. But if you want your mind to grow, you need to keep discovering different tools. So generally, I'm going to invite someone to lead in reading this slide. Just quickly, you can show up your hand. We unmute you. Isaac Kwagara, your network was a bit unfair in the start. Let's hear from Paul. Yes, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much. The slide goes to explore how AI tools like ChatGPT can enhance teaching, save time, and improve student learning outcomes. Today, we will see how AI can become our co-teacher, planner, and assessment assistant.
Yeah, that is it. So today we would like to see how AI can become your co-teacher. We are not looking at it as something that is going to replace your job, but as a co-teacher that will help you in answering most of the questions when you are in the live engagement with the learners, or you are going to plan for class and all that. So generally, my session is going to cover the following. We are going to look at AI for assessment. We shall look at content creation with AI. We're also going to see how to use QuillBot for paraphrasing and grammar checking. And then I will take you through a little bit of how you can do on-screen recording so that you can create your content and start putting it on different social media platforms with your computer. Just to make those sessions. As those of you who have been following my YouTube channel, you have seen how I put that content there. You too can come up and create something like that from your topic, or what you can say, what you are passionate about, and you make it from there. So from mint.com, most of you have shared that AI is good. Others are saying it is not good. But generally, in the 21st century where we are, you will find that AI is good for almost everyone. Whenever you are interacting with someone, or when you would like to do research, you are going to meet those learners. AI is now the future. AI is the present. So we need to basically use it with good, I can say with one heart, to ensure that we embrace it. So generally, you will find that when it comes to AI, we teach or make the computers to do tasks like humans. There is a hand from Obed Zandia. Yes, sir. You can talk to me. Obed. So whenever we talk about AI, we are basically teaching or making the computer to do tasks like a human being. You are talking to AI. And today I would like to take you through those ways you can talk to AI properly and get the best results out of them. So going forward, someone can read through this. I shall try to be a little bit faster here to understand the background. Obed, your hand is still up. Opio Walter.
The use of, yes.
Okay. It is the statement says the use of AI in schools or education. So, what is AI in education? So, artificial intelligence in education refers to the use of computer system like ChatGPT, AI grading tools, adaptive learning platforms that can analyze data, perform tasks, or provide intelligent feedback. Continue.
Yes, Walter.
Go down from feedback. Scroll up.
Oh, there is some information you're not seeing. Okay, something like that. Okay, go on.
Yes, I'm not seeing from feedback downward.
Okay, mimicking some elements of human decision making. So I'm sure we understand what mimicking means.
Okay.
Who can throw more light on the word mimicking? Mimicking. Yes, Sari.
It's like you're copying something, or how something looks like, and then you try to mimic that thing to look like that very thing. That's mimicking.
Okay.
If it is
Okay,
talking,
making something to look like that thing. Okay. Let me hear from Rajab. Rajab. Teacher Dixon.
Yes, thanks for the opportunity, Mr. Bernard.
Yes, Rajab.
Yes, mimicking, that is doing something exactly like someone doing so. In
Yeah,
other
thank
words,
you so much.
copying someone's steps. Like I can watch your video on YouTube and I mimic it to teach my students.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Yeah, so you find that in our school setting, as teachers, we are using the AI to do lesson planning. We are using it to do to make assessment, feedback writing, or even content summarization. So we are going to see how basically we can use AI to do some of these things. Today in this session, we are going to basically interact with AI and see how best can we create assessments, how best can we create content.
Mr. Kakuru, can you hear us? Oh, okay. Mr. Kakuru?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
So
Good to
when it comes to school management, we are looking at data analysis. We also have chatbots. Some of you have visited different websites and you find that you put a query, there is an AI to respond to you instantly. And then when you find that that AI cannot give you the real feedback that you want, they will transfer you to the person who is close, and then you chat with that person one-on-one. Then plagiarism detection. Then we can also use AI to do to automate report cards and all that. So benefits of AI in education. First of all, it saves time. We have seen personalized support, improved outcomes, resource rich, then access to knowledge. So basically, today it's why we are coming here to ensure that we explore how AI can ease our teaching and learning. So here I come with mastering prompt engineering, unleashing the full potential of ChatGPT for optimal results. Hopefully I'm clear. Co-host, am I still loud and clear? Okay. Yes, in the chat section. Yes, good. That's okay.
Yeah, you can continue. We are following, Comrade.
All right. So I want us to begin by looking at how we can effectively communicate with ChatGPT. we are going to see the principles of effective prompting. One of the first principle is that you have to be clear and specific. We need to avoid vague or general instructions. You have to be precise about what you want and how you want it. For example, someone can open ChatGPT and say, write something about computers. This is too general. You may not get what you want. But a better prompt, I said, when I talk about a prompt, this is how you talk to AI to get the results. So instead of saying, write something about computer, for example, I'm going to open a browser here. Let me share my entire screen. Hopefully we can see the second screen.
Yes, please.
Yes. So here is my ChatGPT. And now someone comes and say, write something about computers. This is too general. It is going to give you too much. It starts writing what is a computer, main components of a computer, and all that. You can see it is too much. It is not specific. But someone who is, we are on this slide. Okay, so one would write this prompt. This is what we are calling a beta prompt. You can state and be specific in a way that you say, push this screen up. Yes, write a one-paragraph explanation suitable for Senior 2 students about the functions of an operating system in a computer. So here, you are specific. First of all, you want an explanation about the functions of an operating system. Then you bring it to a Senior 2 student, rather than going there and write functions of an operating system. Still, you are too general. Bring it close to that level. So let's see what it brings. Narrows it down to a Senior 2 learner. So an operating system, it comes a special program that helps a computer work properly by controlling all other programs and the hardware parts like keyboard, etc. It acts like Muslim. So we are saying that why be clear and specific. Why? It is better. It defines the topic, functions of the OS, the format, i.e. paragraph, and the target audience, which is Senior 2. Hopefully that is very clear as one of the principles. More to that, we have to provide context. Let ChatGPT know the subject, class level, or the you are teaching a Senior 1 class an introduction to computer hardware. Explain RAM in simple terms and compare it briefly with ROM. So when you provide it with such a context and the level, we are sure you will get better results. That's why today we are here to show you how best can you interact with ChatGPT for optimal results. So here is our prompt. You can see with this beta prompt, it takes some time thinking about it. It doesn't simply give you the answer. Sure, here is a simple explanation suitable for a senior one student. RAM stands for that. It is part of the computer that helps it remember what you are doing right now. For example, so you can see that it brings it closer to a senior one learner. So we must give context whenever we are prompting AI. You give the AI a role. It is a teacher in this case. It is teaching senior one, and we want the explanation of RAM that is appropriate to a senior one learner, explanation that is appropriate to a senior 6 learner. So you must provide what we call context whenever you are interacting with AI. Let's look at another principle. In here, you must specify the format you want. What do we mean here? Tell ChatGPT whether you want a list, a table, a lesson plan, a dialogue, or a summary. Someone who has not had a chance of going through this session will simply go to ChatGPT and say, tell me about the types of viruses. But viruses are many. They can be computer viruses. Maybe we are looking at biological viruses and all that. But a better prompt, someone would say, list 5 types of computer viruses in a table format. Include a brief description and how each type spreads. So let's see that kind of prompt. How do we get the results in a table format? So when you look at this, here we go. We have entered our prompt. Here comes a table format. Type of virus, description, and how it spreads. For example, file infector. It attaches itself to the program, to program files, and spreads when the infected file is run, or files shared between computers. How do you maintain this kind of table? Yours is to highlight this kind of information given to you. After highlighting it, copy. You can open a Word document. After opening a Word document, paste the content. After pasting it, here you select your table. Right from there, you go to table design tab. So you can choose any format you want. From home tab, you can come and put all borders. So here is data provided in a table format right away from the ChatGPT. That is one of the principles, and we are saying that you requested a table, the number of entries were 5, and structure, type, description, and how this virus is spread. Teacher Dennis, you will continue in the chat section, and when you see that there is something that needs my attention, you let me know.
Absolutely. Following here, currently, this is good feedback from participants. Yeah, above all, you people should be patient. We'll be giving you room to integrate feedback. You're free to use the chat to instantly share feedback to the facilitator presenting. Later, at an opportune time, we'll give you room to unmute and verbatively make any clarification. May you proceed,
Thank
comrade?
you. Yes. Another principle, you have to request examples or step-by-step explanations. Because examples bring clarity. Steps make content more touchable or teachable, sorry. So for example, one can say, how do I use Excel? This is too general again. You can say it is vague, in other words. But someone who has gone through such kind of a session is going to enter a better prompt. For example, explain step by step how a teacher can use Excel to calculate students' averages using formulas, include a sample as an example. So if I enter that kind of prompt, what do you think will be the results? Let's see that. So if I enter this into ChatGPT, this is what we are going to get. So here are step-by-step guide, calculating students' average marks. Step 1, open Excel. Launch Microsoft Excel and open a new workbook. Enter students' data in column 1 or column A, students' names, column B, C, D, enter marks of different subjects. For example, here it gives you a table how you are going to do that. From there, step 3, add average column. That is in column E, type heading average. Here is the formula. From there, you can copy the formula and autofill. So here is the final table with even the averages. So I think you can see that when you request examples or step-by-step explanations, it's better because it focuses on a task which was average. It also specifies the tool, which were formulas. Then the user is a teacher, and it also requests for examples. So you saw that examples, you received a table format with those examples. Okay, we can proceed. Number 5, assign a role or perspective. You can tell ChatGPT to act as a teacher, to act as an examiner, to act as a content creator, or even a student. And how do we conclude with this? Someone will say, create some questions for me. No, which questions? You have not told me the subject, you have not told me the topic, or any area that you have specified. But good enough, most of you are here. A better prompt can be, act as a enable examiner. Create 3 structured ICT questions for senior 5 students on the topic electronic spreadsheets with a scoring guide, something like that. So if I enter that kind of prompt, I expect better results there because I have provided a role to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a UNEB examiner in this case. Act as a UNEB examiner, create 3 structured ICT questions for senior 5 students on the topic electronic spreadsheets with a scoring guide, something like this. So here it is creating structured ICT questions. Question 1, a teacher has recorded 2 scores of 5 students in 3 subjects. Here are the 3 subjects. Part A, describe the steps to enter this data into
Yes, Teacher Bennett. Okay, Teacher Bennett, we can't hear you. Okay, sorry about that. I will have Teacher Bernard shortly. But I've seen some feedback coming through the chat. I will be responding to them shortly. Some people needed clarity later how to create accounts on ChatGPT. Okay, we thought this was already covered because already we didn't have feedback in those who registered. You clearly indicated that the problem was not creation but rather utilization. But we'll see if time allows. Comrade Kakuru. Oh, no. Guys, we'll be having Comrade Bernard shortly. I hope you keep engaging through the chat. So what my colleague is currently doing is trying to clarify how effectively or how clearly we're supposed to make better prompts when using AI. A clear prompt will yield very accurate feedback, unlike the general questions that you people have always provided. Okay, Comrade Bernard, if you can hear me, kindly unmute. Okay, before I come through, I just want to use a minute to directly get some feedback from Comrade here. Okay, now colleagues, we have our facilitator back. I would love that he proceeds from there as he links me to the next session. You're welcome, Cindy.
Yeah, my network actually just got an issue here, but I've rectified it. Let's proceed. And we had finished that we need to assign a role to ChatGPT, appreciate it, then give it the real context. It is going to give you the best. So number 6 is that you need to combine multiple instructions for efficiency. What do we mean here? Don't be afraid to ask for more than one thing if it's related. So here you are saying, write a lesson. I don't know which lesson am I going to write. Even if it was me, we have to be clear. A better prompt, generate a 40-minute lesson plan for Senior 3 on responsible internet use. Include objects, materials needed, the main activity, and a reflection question. So when you put something like this, it is really going to give you the best. We can still try it out. This number 6, we are looking at ChatGPT to give us at least a lesson plan of 40 minutes, the activities we shall need to use. So here I put my prompt. Okay, so here it gives a lesson plan, responsible internet use, class Senior 3, duration 40 minutes, topic is that, subject is ICT. So it gives the lesson objectives, but if you find that this one cannot match with what you want, we can upload a lesson template and it will do everything we need in there. Then materials needed, here it gives you the materials you will need. 3 introductions, begin by asking students, something like that. Continue. The main activity is there for 25 minutes, but also split in different minutes. 10 minutes, you are looking at short notes and discussion. Then from there, you are looking at the do's and don'ts of internet in 15 minutes. Then conclusion and reflection, 5 minutes. Then here, you have a question that the learners can write. How can I personally become a more responsible internet user? Give 2 specific actions you will take. So something like this. So you can as well provide a template. You provide a template, then it will fill all this information into your template. Okay, we are going to see how do we upload those documents and how does it work with them. So basically here, to summarize what we have been looking at is that we have to be specific, we have to give context, you have to define the format, you can ask for examples, you assign a role, and you can combine different instructions at a go so that you get the best out of the ChatGPT. So from here, I would like us to see more prompts. These are better prompts than what we have been looking at now. Some of you might be here and you want to create content. Here I have one of the prompts. Someone can unmute and read this prompt. Unmute. Yes, Paul?
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
You are an expert in writing viral YouTube titles. Think of catchy and attention-grabbing titles that will encourage people to click and watch the video. The titles should be short, concise, and direct. They should also be creative and clever. Try to come up with titles that are unexpected and surprising. Do not use titles that are too generic or titles that have been used too many times before. If you have any questions about the video, ask before you try to generate titles, okay? Give a role, provide details, let AI ask questions.
Yes. So here, members, if you have read this statement very well, if we want to get good results, we need to master what we call prompt engineering. Some of you have been here, you are asking maybe at times how I come up with some of this content, how I do what. But you people, let me tell you, if you study prompt engineering, then you have a good person to talk to. So here, we are saying you are an expert in writing viral YouTube titles. So first of all, you first kuanaling, you first praise it. It is an expert in writing viral YouTube titles. Then you tell it, think of catchy and attention-grabbing titles that will encourage people to click and watch the video. The titles should be short, concise, and direct. They should be creative and clever. Try to come up with titles that are unexpected and surprising. Do not use titles that are too generic or titles that have been used too many times before. If you have any questions about the video, ask before you try to generate the titles. So here, you are seeing that you are giving ChatGPT a role. So the role is that it is an expert. Then provide the details. These are the details in red. Then from there, let it ask questions. Now, if we paste this kind of prompt in our ChatGPT, this prompt of ours, if we put it in our ChatGPT, I can open a new chat. Here I open a new chat and I paste. Because remember we said, if you have any questions about the video, ask before you try to generate the titles, okay? It is as if you are telling your colleague to do the work. In case you have not understood the task, please ask before you start doing the task. Is that okay? This is how you are talking to the AI. Glad. So it is saying, got it? I'm locked in as your viral YouTube title expert. Short, punchy, unexpected, clever, and 100% click-worthy. Before I start brainstorming the titles, I need to know, number one, what is the video about, topic, message, or scene? Who is the target audience? Teens, tech lovers, teachers, etc. Any unique moments or twist in the video? What tone are you going for? Funny, inspiration, shocking, educational. So here now, it has asked you questions so that it can give you the best of what you want. So here, I'm going to say the video is about how to assemble a computer. I can say how to assemble a desktop computer, and booting it. It's majorly for starters. We'll call them beginners. It is majorly for starters. We'll call them beginners. And what else can I say? And it's educational. Something like that. So here, it is going to give you titles that are in that line. So here are the 10. I built my first PC and it actually worked. Zero experience, no problem. Build your PC today. Watch me bring a dead computer to life. Beginner versus PC build, who wins? Assembling a computer is way easier than you think. So you can see that those are catchy and attention-grabbing YouTube titles in your theme, assembling and starting a computer. So how do you see that? Can I have some thumbs up in the chat section?
Yeah, already we have good feedback here. Quick Razor says very interesting.
Yeah.
Kiswa says, yeah, this is all feedback.
Good.
Good, very interesting.
Yeah. Let's get another prompt. Here, you are an expert in quantum computing and you have over 10 years of experience in teaching science and technology to children. I want you to be my teacher for today and explain things like I am a 6 years old and make sure to provide funny or engaging examples to help me understand better. Is that fine? So you come up with such kind of prompt. You want to understand quantum computing. Some of us, you might find that you have masters, but you may not explain very well quantum computing. But if you want to understand, just be in the shoes of that young person and let ChatGPT do the work for you if you know how to talk to it. You can see this now. It's going to explain to you quantum computing as if you are a senior, I mean as if you are a 6-year-old. So here it goes. It goes. Imagine you have a super duper magical Lego block. A normal Lego block can be on and can be off. And in case you have not understood the Lego block, it can as well give you more hints. But when you follow this explanation, you find that you will be good to go to know what quantum computing means. Yes, more to that. Here, you are saying you are an expert in geography. Your task is to explain some terms in a simple way. Think about me as a 6-year-old child. I will ask questions as you answer. Are you ready? So meaning that he's now your teacher. You will pose a question, they give you an answer. You pose a question, they give you an answer. Let's say the learner was in class and the teacher left them with some questions. This is how they take them to ChatGPT and they get better results. So let's see that. Let me put that, then I give it questions as it responds to me. I enter my prompt. So we are going to enter our prompt. Here I enter. Yes, I'm ready. I've got my explorer's hat and my backpack full of fun and facts for you. Okay. What is climate? So here, remember, if you just go there and say what is climate, it will give you a definition of a PhD person. It will give you a definition that is too general. But now we have said that I am a 6-year-old child. I want to know things about geography. So I've said, what is climate? This is a direct question, but it is fitting in my understanding. So you see, what is climate? Oh, good question. Climate is like the personality of a place. Let's pretend places are people. For example, if your friend so and so is always warm and sunny, even in winter, that's her climate. If your friend so and so is usually cold and snowy, that is his climate. So weather is what is happening today, like it is raining now. Climate is what usually happens in that place for a long time, like many, many years. For example, it gives you an example. So yours is to bring the level where you are. And then when you bring the level properly, you can start throwing questions properly. List 3 examples of maybe elements of weather. List 4 types of climates. It will give you in that level of yours. It will not complicate the things. I remember sometime back in our WhatsApp group, someone was asking to list 5 elements of a CPU. Some people knew only 3, and they were surprised to see 5. It depends on the level that you have asked the AI. It can give you more than 5 even, provided you have spelled your level very well. More to that. Here, we need also to mind about the tone or styling. You can say, please explain quantum computing in Shakespeare's style. Some of you have heard about Mbide, Mbide's style. This is how ChatGPT will flow. So you have said, explain to me. Let's see how that fashion comes in. We are saying explain quantum computing in Shakespeare's style. So you can spell out the tone, and here the tone goes. You can see, this is the tone. This is the tone. Yes. So in case there are questions, please put them in the chat section. I will attend to them. Let me first hear some questions. 1 or 2 people, and then we proceed. 1 or 2 people, raise your hand. 1 to 2 people only.
Yeah, feel free to hit the reactions button and put up your hand, participants.
Okay, I don't see any hand, so we can proceed.
There is Charlie here. Please unmute.
Charlie?
Yes, good evening. Yes, good evening,
Good evening.
Kakuru.
Well done.
Thank you for the session. We are really enjoying here. Now,
okay.
How can one best utilize AI? Is it the paid version or the free versions?
Okay, of course, now you have talked. You have talked about
most time people just go and look for ChatGPT, and then they see a typing space and they start from there. Which one is better?
Okay, so at the start, all of them can be better depending on how you prompt them. Prompts are key. Okay? The way you talk to AI is very key, whether free or paid. Now, the challenge between free and paid is that Free has some limit. Like you can talk to it, maybe for like 30 minutes, then it says, please come back tomorrow. You get? That means that it is now limited, it has stopped there. But then when you are on a pro version, you can interact with it 24/7. But when you look at ChatGPT, provided you know how to prompt it very well, you will get better results. The results I get with paid will be the same as the free ones, but the features, the time I'm spent there might differ. For example, on free version, if you're looking at uploading a document, you may upload like 2 documents, you finish from there. It tells you, come back tomorrow, same time to continue. But for someone who has Pro, we'll upload as many documents as possible. Let's have a second question. Maybe to finalize on that, like the way you buy textbooks, like the way you buy computers, now technology is here. There are some tools you have to pay for so that you can benefit from them. Elia?
Thank you, Mr. Kakuru Bernard. For
Yeah,
me,
I can hear you well.
I would like if I put my question in there, and when I'm speaking, I'm just commanding it to record as I speak. Some words are written wrongly. How can that be?
It depends on your accent. It
Accent.
depends on your accent. Yes. Because
Okay.
some of us, we don't speak the real English, the pronunciation of words. That's why you see it will give you wrong spellings of the words. Like even now, we have turned on the captions because we have people here who don't hear. They are following the captions just below. So if I pronounce the word badly, that's how they will get it on their end.
Okay, thank you, sir. That is my question.
Welcome. Do we have another hand?
Probably the last I would ask Amos.
Yes,
Amos,
yes,
I've asked you to unmute. Amos, teacher?
Yes, thank you, sir. I was inquiring whether ChatGPT can be installed on the computer, because for me, I normally use it on my phone, and I never know that it can be on Windows. Help me on that.
So on the computer, you just need to type chatgpt.com. This one. Just open any browser on your computer, you type chatgpt.com. You are done.
Okay.
Yes, please. Oh, that was the last person. So we have been looking at the tone. We have so far looked at the tone of Shakespeare's style. There are other tones like direct and concise, curious and inquisitive, playful and creative, open-ended and reflective, personal and relatable, challenging and thought-provoking, appreciative and encouraging. So those are different tone styles that you can chat with the GPT. You can chat with the AIs. The tone matters. You are asking it, I have a question for you. What is the capital city of Australia? That is direct and concise. Playful and creative. Imagine you have the power to talk to animals. Which animal would you choose to have a conversation with and why? That is playful and creative. You will be interacting with ChatGPT. So from there, remember, while interacting with ChatGPT, there is flexibility in the tone you choose. So feel free to experiment and find the tone style that resonates the best with you and the conversation you wish to have. So now, there is something that I would like us to look at, which is, for example, setting some items, setting CBC items using ChatGPT. How can I set some items? This is part of your lesson now. It is part of your teaching. You would like to set some items. So what do you do here? I think my screen is seen. I have a paper here.
Yes.
Is this seen?
Please, it is seen.
Yes. So I have a paper here. This is paper 1, new lower secondary curriculum. I have a paper here, and I would like to set such kind of a paper using ChatGPT. How can I do that? So yours is now to appreciate ChatGPT. How? Appreciate it. After appreciating it, then give it a role. So this is what we are going to give it. I'm saying you are an expert in setting scenario questions. Please use this document attached containing item 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as examples to generate different questions in the same setting format as the ones provided in the examples. Are you ready for this kind of activity? Feel free to ask any questions for better results. So I'm assigning someone a task here. Are you ready? Feel free to ask the questions for better results. So here there is upload files. So I tap on upload from computer. So I'm going to look for where this file is. It is on the desktop somewhere there. Here I select the file. It is uploading. So once it is uploaded, I'm going to press enter. So it was reading. Some of you saw the word reading. Yes, I'm ready for this kind of activity. Thanks for sharing the document. It provides a clear and structured format for how ICT scenario-based items are crafted and assessed. I have reviewed 1 to 5, including the scoring guide, sample answers, and formats. I'm now able to generate the different scenarios in the exact setting. To provide effectively, just a quick question to clarify. Would you like a full set of 5 new items? 1 for section A and 2, each from section B, part 1 and 2, or only a few for now, e.g., 1 from each section? Let me know your preference. I will get started immediately. You can see, because you told it that, feel free to ask questions for better results. So what can we do, members? Can I have something in the chat section? What can we do according to what they are asking us? Someone to mention something?
Yeah, colleagues, you're free to open the chat room.
Yeah.
Let me look at
Someone
here.
is saying generate 5 new. Okay, let me go with that. So
full paper.
Generate all the 5 new items. So we give it the role. So it starts. Here is a complete. Section A, item 1, compulsory. Amos runs a small community health center in a rural area. He keeps patient records and medicine stock in notebooks. Sometimes records get lost and are hard to retrieve, causing delays in patient treatment. He wants to switch to using ICT tools to organize and manage the center's records. So he's saying, write a formal advisory note to Amos explaining 5 appropriate ICT tools or software he can use to manage patients' records. Suggest 4 strategies he can apply to back up these records, etc., etc. So now, when I look at these scenarios, they are not matching well. I'm going to adjust again. Because, for example, you can see it is mentioning something to do with 5, 4, and some scenarios have A, B, C. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT, I'm going to say, great work. However, I see some items some items have more than 2 tasks as opposed to the original attachment. Then other items have limited test takers to mention, stroke list, stroke explain 5, 4, etc., which is not allowed in CBC. Something like that. It should understand me quickly. Excellent observation, and you are absolutely right. Under competence-based curriculum principles, we should avoid setting fixed number of points, maintain the correct structure. Yes, so let's revise. It comes. So here you can see it has provided only 2 tasks for part A and B. Item 2, it has also provided 2 tasks. When it comes to item 3, it has also provided 2 tasks. Here also 2 tasks, and here 2 tasks. But now, according to the standards, so here you must know how to prompt ChatGPT very well. According to the attachment, how are items 3, 4, and 5 tasks presented? Something like that. Let's see what it will say on that area. Good question. Based on the document, this one, here is the breakdown of items 3 and 4. Tasks are here, tasks are here, tasks are here. So here, what we want to see, it is bringing a summary of the task. Okay. So I want you to revisit the tasks on items 3, 4, and 5 to be single statements rather than related tasks. Something like that. So we can look at that. So item 3 revised, the task is here. Write a report to the school administration describing something like that. Then item 4 revised with 1 task, and item 5 with 1 task. So here, you can even now provide it with a sample of the scoring guide, how you would like the results to be. Then it will continue to give you better results. Yours is to ensure that you read carefully each line, read every word to ensure that the questions are well aligned. If it necessitates providing the elements of constructs, you provide them there. It understands where questions are taken from, and then it will give you clear and proper items. Here, I was providing a sample of the document so that it can follow the same format and give me new scenarios. In the chat section, what is very important, I'm seeing full set, each of them complete. Okay.
Yeah, I'm monitoring it. Good feedback.
Okay, someone is saying, can I generate support files as well? Great.
Absolutely.
Let's do that. I'm going to upload paper 2. I'm going to upload paper 2 here. I'm going to upload a paper 2 here. As an expert in setting scenario items, read this document and come up with the new items, expected approach, and sample files, something like that. So it is going to read, great, based on this paper, here it goes. A librarian at this school is keeping track of the growing number of books, etc. Task, generate an electronic inventory that allows easy sorting. Remember, it is saying here is a support file. This one is also a support file. So here we are going to get the support files. Now, we are going to get this, generate that. I press enter. So it is going to generate that, and you download the support file and you save it in your folder. So here is the support file. I download. It has been downloaded. Where am I saving it? Downloads, documents is okay. I save. So I go there in the downloads, documents. Here is the support file. It's opening. So this is our support file that we have generated. Hopefully my screen is clear. Here is our support file. So we
clear.
can, yes, this is our support file. That was for this question, part A. Then we can also get this support file, landing form.doc. Then for landing.doc is also going to generate for you that landing form. You download it and put it in your, so I download this, save it. So when I go in the same download folder, I will find the landing form. It's opening. Here is the landing form according to the support files. So someone who is saying, can I download support files? I think I've answered you. Okay, great. Keep giving the questions in the chat section. I'm there to answer you. Someone is saying, can I set it also? Please, ChatGPT can do for every subject. It can do for every subject. It is not for ICT. The session was for all of us. Me, I'm using ICT examples to demonstrate. But whatever we do in ICT can be done across all subjects. Because remember, in all subjects, we have ICT integration. And this is what you are expected to know. Yes, keep your questions in the chat section. I will attend to them. So that is how you generate the support files for the questions. Even for item 2, you do the same. Yes. Someone is saying, please share the video on YouTube. It is already there. It is on YouTube. Someone is saying, how about support files that are in form of images? So one, you can even get the images from what? From the internet, depending on how you want the questions. So it is saying, item 2, you need an image, for example, science fair logo.png. So here you can go here and search even on YouTube. You get an image related to science fair. Click on it and download. You don't need even to tell ChatGPT to get for you that, but I can also tell it to generate that. Generate science fair.png. It is going to generate for you the image and you download it. But images from the internet are better than those of ChatGPT, but you're going to see that. Here is the image, soon coming, and will be very clear. Yeah, you will minimize the questions. We need to finish the session. My colleague also still has more to share with you, but in a few minutes, this one will be done and the images will be indicated here. As it generates, let's see what we have to do here. So we have been looking at how to generate the test items, and we have seen how to use ChatGPT to set paper 1 and how best you can continue and set for paper 2, get support files. Charles, talk to me.
Yes, thank you, Bernard. For me, I'm already very happy with all this. However, we have so many AI tools. There are those of DeepSeek, Gemini, and now ChatGPT. Maybe you could demonstrate others also, or the one you are recommending is now ChatGPT, because there are varieties of them.
Yeah, there are varieties, but as of now, ChatGPT is the leading if you are good at research.
Okay.
Yeah, this is why I have used it in my demonstrations. Me, I've used the AI since 2020. So far, 4 to 5 years interacting with them, and I've been there as they evolve. So I felt that I share with you this knowledge. Actually, even when you go on my YouTube channel, you will find there some videos about AI training 2 years back. So some of us are coming to know it of recent, but AI started evolving slowly with chatbots and all that. So people are still in the chat section, but you are free to use any kind of AI provided it gives you the best. So someone is saying, how can you get such images? Okay, so the images are here. The image has been generated. Here is a science fair kind of image. So meaning that I tap on download. So I will download, I save it. It is here. It is an image. So when you look in the downloads, we should have our image here. This is our image that we have downloaded from ChatGPT about the science fair, according to the scenario item and whatever you need there. So more to that, we have looked at generating images. Someone may be interested in knowing how to generate videos using ChatGPT itself. So quickly, let me hint about generating image videos of ChatGPT of Solar. So when you look at Solar, we use Solar in generating images and also generating videos. My colleague Dennis will take you through other tools on how to create images and all that. So describe your image, or I can go under videos. So under videos, I will say, generate a video on how to assemble a computer and booting it. Full stop. I press enter. So I wait for it to create the video. The video is added in the queue here. You can see in the queue. The video is being generated. We can give it a few minutes as we proceed here. Now, after looking at generating images, we are now looking at generating videos. You must enter a prompt on how to generate videos. For example, this prompt. You are my expert ICT teacher for today. I am a senior 5 ICT student trying to understand how to assemble a computer and boot it. Kindly provide me with step-by-step guidance in form of images. Thank you. So here, let's see. We want step-by-step images on how we can boot a computer. So let me copy this prompt I go back to ChatGPT, somewhere here, my prompt, and I wait for the images. So it is going to generate those step-by-step images that you need to follow. Then here, solar should be almost done. Okay. It is about 63%. And now, actually, of recent, ChatGPT has been integrated in WhatsApp. There is a question from ICT for Life. Talk to me. ICT for Life.
We've asked you
Go
to
on.
unmute.
Not speaking. Here we have another prompt. Let's check the progress of our work. In the chat section, someone is saying, Mr. Bernard, talk about the documentation you uploaded, analyzing it in a sample paper. Please, we uploaded the document and asked ChatGPT to read it first. After reading it, to generate new items that are similar, that are in the same setting format as the ones uploaded. That's what we wanted it to do, to read the content there and then to give us new scenarios in the same setting format. It was a sample paper. So you can see here the images that you install the RAM and other components. Then from there, connect power. You can see, then you start. So these are the images, how they have given them to you. So you can download them here and save. Hopefully you are seeing that you can generate images. Here I have another task. This task we are saying, you are my ICT expert teacher for today. Now I understand that a computer system is made up of independent components that work together to perform digital tasks independently. The components are these. So I would like you to generate for me the bold images. You give it a task about those images. Let's check on solar. Solar is remaining with some few minutes, okay? The video is ready. Here is the video. You can see the video. You start by doing all this, install the CPU, install all that. So we need to play this video quickly. Charlie has a question. Charlie?
Yes, sir. I was just requesting your slide where you are picking the prompts from.
I will share it.
Possibly you will put it here.
Yes, please. Let me actually upload it on the chat section right now. I'm uploading it on the chat section. You can check the chat section right now. It's coming right now. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to share that document for you to continue with the practice. I've shared it. Yeah, in the chat section. Okay, members, we can proceed to the next. That is how we generate the images in ChatGPT. How about, and you would like to paraphrase it, check the grammar and all that. Dennis, I think I'm going to use maximum at least 6 minutes. You can time me. Once they are done, you say you are done. 6 minutes, paraphrasing. So we want to see what we call QuillBot. 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 This is QuillBot. Go on your browser, you type QuillBot. You will see that you open it, you sign up for an account, basically a Google account. Once you have your Google account, you can type anything you want. So I'm continuing with my account here. So here, you simply paste some text. Here we paste some text. After pasting it, we say, paraphrase it. So it is going to give you a better version or a paraphrased text so that you avoid what we call plagiarism and all that. So the first statement was saying, you are an expert. You are my ICT teacher expert. So it is saying, the polished version, today you are my ICT specialist instructor. I now realize that the computer system is etc. So whatever you listed this side is paraphrased in a new version. You can copy that, you can download or export it. You can also have this installed within your Microsoft Office suite, especially Microsoft Word. So you just download it as an add-on. So here, it is here, QuillBot. I can launch it. Once I tap on launch, it comes here. So I open it. Let me try again. I open it. Then I can paste the text here on the right. Then I say paraphrase. Or you are typing your text here in the Word document, and then you'd like to change that paragraph into something else. So you are here in your Word document, you are writing, but you find these statements don't go well. Just copy them. You come to this side, you paste and paraphrase. Or I can now insert this text this side. So it has been replaced by pressing on insert. That is using the QuillBot. Yours is sign up for an account in the browser, and then you can download it and add in as an extension in your Microsoft Office suite. Okay. Someone is saying can't see the document. The document is coming in a few seconds. It's still uploading. It's about 100 MBs. It's coming. It's coming. Yes, that was about using the QuillBot. Then from there, I talked about there are also what we call digital quiz, how to engage learners with digital quiz. There is this link here, which I'm going to share in the chat section right now. This link, you can try it at any time. This link, I've included it in my ICT book for A-level on computer hardware. You will find it in that book. As you are interacting with it, this is what you will find. It takes you to cohorts, and with this cohort, this is how learners can interact and study online, for example, using flashcards. Let me use a different browser. This one looks as if I've used it before. Let me take to a new browser, for example, this one. Dennis, I have how many minutes?
Please proceed. Huh?
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so fine. So here are flashcards. So I tap flashcards. It is asking which category is this device. For example, this device, I come here, I say, I know. If I don't know, it will tell me. So here you keep playing with it. The mouse. So you keep playing with the devices and the tools here. This is to help learners use online tools to interact and work out these assignments. Let me go to something else here. For example, here, which category is this device? Input, I select. Correct. Next, what is this component called? Motherboard. Next, which category is a printer in? Output. Correct. Next, this one is what? Is RAM. I can choose ROM, and I say incorrect. The correct is RAM. Like that, like that, like that. So These are online quizzes that learners can interact with. There are many here. Learners can interact, can even create accounts and do more with these. There are games to enhance their creativity and understanding with some digital tools and AI generated tasks. More to that, we need to check out the progress of what we were cooking. We were cooking what? This was the generated hardware, user, data, communication, and all that. This is the image about the system, the computer system. Finally, allow me to talk about the tool that I use in recording these tutorials, like now. How do I come up with these tutorials? If you check in the chat section, the presentation is there. Hopefully you have seen it. You can download it. Yes, so I use a tool called Gearsoft. I use a tool called Gearsoft. And here it is, this Gearsoft. This tool is here. So when I open this tool, it does two tasks. One is to do screen recording. Two, I can edit the video that I have recorded. With screen recording, when I tap on screen record, it means that I'm able to do the recording here. So when I tap, I can record now, I can take a screenshot, I can first put it to countdown as I set myself. There are shortcuts you can use and all that. So those who need this software, please, you will still contact me for this software. I don't charge you for getting the software. There are tutorials on my YouTube channel on how to use that very software. This is the tool you can use to create content, edit it, and then you also post it on your different social media platforms. If there are questions, please put them in the chat section. The presentation you have been asking for is already in the chat section. Are there questions, Mr. Dennis?
No, currently.
Someone say?
Somebody's asking, can we also set scenarios from scratch? Assuming I don't have a sample paper. This is ICT.
Yes. Yes, you can do, because we have seen from the beginning how we have been entering prompts. And finally, I ended with attaching a sample paper. Yours is to put the level and the kind of scenarios you want. Then you can as well put the elements of constructs. Then it will give you better questions. So generally, AI is not about replacing teachers. It is about making teaching smarter, more efficient, and more impactful. The future of education is AI assisted, not AI controlled. So hopefully you liked my presentation. I'm sure the presentations are already in the chat section. Please, someone can forward them again, but they are already in the chat section. So please, I continue to welcome your questions anytime. You will have my number. Continue following me on my YouTube channel. I keep posting for you latest content now and again. I will continue to give you more AI content so that you also grow your careers very well. And also, I encourage you to grab these books. You understand me as an author of different books. Grab Senior 5 books. They are available. This is Learner's book. That is the Teacher's Guide, is also available. And many other books, as you have been seeing them from different posts, different social media platforms. These books are there for you and for your learners. Teacher Dennis, I think you can take it on.
Wow, that is very, very educative. Thank you, Senior Kakulu, for that very detailed presentation. Paul's hand is up. Paul, we want to wrap up. Kindly be precise. Paul.
Yes, Paul.
Thank you very much, my brother Bernard and dear Dennis, for really doing this. And just for me, it is a vote of thanks to you people for not being selfish and being good people to help the nation to always go digital and have the right way of doing things. Thank you very much.
You're
Most
welcome.
welcome.
And truly, Mr. Kakulu, we are grateful as educators for that very educative presentation. Well, colleagues, it is just 14 minutes to 9. I want to borrow your 15 minutes and hopefully we wrap it up with just more 2 demonstrations. I would have had numerous demonstrations, but time won't allow. Well, Mr. Kakura has almost summarized what I would do. You would utilize ChatGPT with better prompts, that is to create items, assessment items, to create notes. But however, there are times when you may need to integrate in other AI tools for effective maybe preparation. Take a look. For example, you may want to create interactive presentations. You may also want to create quizzes. Mr. Kahoot just shared with you some of the items he has created using Kahoot. So briefly, I want to make a few demonstrations. Earlier on, at the very start, I did utilize some presentation created using Mentimeter, and you people interacted with me via Ment. How do we get started to Ment, and how do you get started to quizzes? Like you can see my screen shared, I will ask you to always use any quiz AI. For my case here, I want to leverage quizzes. We have this online assessment tool. We can navigate to quizzes either by searching from Google Quizzes, or you can just simply use quizzes.com. And oops, you see I've been redirected into my dashboard. But in case you are new to quizzes, probably if you can see my browser exactly, if you try to navigate to quizzes.com, I share the link in the chat so that you can probably follow along later on. Okay, that is the link in the chat room. If we navigate to quizzes.com, this is their homepage or the landing page. Just in case you want to create interactive quiz for your learner, you will have to utilize it a lot. So after you navigate to it, you can either always click sign up or you click login. And of course, during sign up, you can either continue with your Google account or you can use an email. For my case, I already logged in, and this is the dashboard. Now, when you have successfully logged in, you'll have a look at this window. To create any assessment item for your case, you just always have to click on create. And well, like you can see, you can create assessment items, you can create lesson notes, you can create interactive videos. You've watched some videos and they're embedded with some quizzes. You can also use it for comprehension, or you can create flashcards. Take in consideration the one shared with Mr. Kakuru Bernard. For my case here, I'm going to select on assessment. And well, for assessment, you can either import questions. If you already have questions prepared, you can import. That involves you uploading a document, or you can generate with AI. Remember, for our case, we are utilizing AI. So I click on generate with AI. And this is where the magic occurs. In creation, you can either upload a document. You may have a Word document having your multiple choice questions. Take a look here. I had prompted earlier on ChatGPT, and with a clear prompt, I asked it that, assuming you're an ICT teacher, I told it to generate a sample ICT interactive quiz questions for senior 2 students, and I told it to include the answer key. So this is used when you want to create questions other questions, leave the scenario-based questions, but you want students to take them. So I can use these questions and continue with either Google Forms to create the interactive quizzes, or I can use other quiz tools like the quizzes or Kahoot. For my case here, I want to take just this question here and continue with the quizzes. So for the very first, you can upload a document. You can even use a text prompt, just in case of you want to write the statements director. I've selected text stroke prompt, and I'll paste here my question. As an ICT teacher, generate a sample ICT interactive quizzes for senior two students. So if I click continue, please note that you can always even try to adjust the questions. I've made it automatic. You can either make the question 20, make 30. You can even go ahead and select subjects accordingly, where your prompt is not clearly mentioning the subject. For my case, ICT already is catered here. And even by mentioning senior two students, I've already selected the level. So if I click continue, quizzes integrated with AI is going to generate the question. It wants me to perhaps select some topics. It has noted some topics here. Do I want digital literacy? Is it about coding? Why? The topic ICT was very generic. They were general because I was testing at least everything the learner studied in senior two. But where your goal is computer hardware, system startup, or presentations or word processing, then instead of using ICT as general here, you can be specific by putting the correct prompt. Let me just select digital literacy for the start. And then maybe problem solving, and then I click generate quiz. So quizzes now is generating the quiz. Let's give it a shorter time.
Yeah, in the chat section, I've shared the GuildSoft software you can download.
Oh, that's very powerful. Thank you for that, Mr. Kakur. So I have 20 questions now. Multiple choice question. What is digital literacy? Which of the following is a safe online practice? Now, colleagues, I want to publish. In case there are any adjustments you want to make, you can always simply click N in the, you can go ahead and edit the questions. Because the questions are interactive, there's even the answer key associated to every question. The answer key is associated with a tick. I can click on edit and make an adjustment to the question accordingly where I feel I want to add something. Where I feel everything is okay after proofread and really determine that this is appropriate for assessment, I can either preview and take a look. That's how the question will look like. What is digital literacy? The learners will have these options and they will have to tick. In the preview mode, you can even show the correct answer. That is just in the preview panel. I want to close this. When you preview and go through and feel everything is okay, you can just click publish and your questions will be available for the learner. I want us to try out this quickly in just a minute out of the time I've asked you to utilize. So if it is a teacher and you prepare these questions where you have internet, you can even have the questions written by the learner that very instant. Take a look. If I click start now, quizzes will preview the questions here for me. And where I want now to be given to the learners to be taken, I would have to provide them the questions to take. I want us to try out. I'm going to click start here and probably give you room to try it and probably see how quizzes works with. Now, if you're going to give this to the learners, you'll ask the learner to visit my quiz. Like you give them the link, probably let me put the link in the chat room. They will have to navigate to myquiz.com. Let me have this chat to you, members, to try out. Please, you look at the chat room and then have that shared. Probably, you can even just tell them to open their browser, like you see my browser there, and tell them to type quizzes.com. Just tell them type quizzes.com. Probably I will utilize a different browser here. Let me try the incognito window so that I'm not logged in, because learners are not logged in. So when learners go to quizzes.com, they can either sign up or log in. But for our case, we want them to enter the code. So they write quizzes.com, click on enter code, and you, the teacher, now have to provide the code. If you've utilized the link, participants who have joined by clicking on my link in the chat room, I want you to proceed and enter this code. And probably you have an interactive experience. So I will share with you the codes in the chat. Please look at the chat. I've shared with you the code. Look at the chat and pick the code. Okay. I also try to join in and see how I show you how it looks like here. So when the learner is joining in, if he enters the code, they will have to write their name. So Dennis, and then click start. Probably this is what happened. They'll be seeing all the colleagues that have joined in. I want to show you exactly here what I am also seeing as a teacher. So I can be patient and wait for all the learners. So far, 8 participants have joined in. Allow them to join. I want to have more 2 here, and then we go and start our work. So a teacher will be seeing the participants, and when he's sure that all the participants have joined, the teacher has to just go and click start. And learners, I hope you are now seeing the interactive quizzes. So you can look at your screen. As a teacher, that is what I see. Please keep answering, keep answering. I see Roosevelt, Wakori Ivan has answered. So this is my dashboard as a teacher. And I'm monitoring members, or I'm monitoring learners as they take the interactive quizzes. So far, Roosevelt is the best person. He has answered 2 questions right. So guys, I'm seeing you here. So members who are watching this screen, this is what we see as a teacher as the learners answer the questions. Where you have internet, this will really make learning very fun. Okay. In the interest of time, wow, Wakori Ivan is the best, followed by who? This friend with the number. She didn't put the name, and the 3rd runner up is Mata Kongs. So as a teacher, I will have this very, very, very interestingly save my time, but quickly help me to assess my learners. I can later use this feedback constructively, either email the parents, or I can go ahead and copy the Excel file or check on what the learners have done intently. So those are interactive quizzes. Quizzes.com allows us to create quiz, but with AI, we simplify the generation of quiz. It is already 10. I want to demonstrate the last tool, and then we call it a day. We have another very important tool that you can use to create presentations. You note that Senior Kakulu was trying to show us ChatGPT, creating engaging prompts. As a presenter, you can use ChatGPT to generate for you the questions, and then rightfully you go and put them in your PowerPoint presentation. But in case you want to create direct presentations, there are several AI tools that you can utilize to create presentation. Take a look of mentmeter.com. I want you to open your browsers. First, you observe my screen. I have a new browser here. So if I try to type www.mentor.com, I would quickly navigate to the website of Mentor. That is if I know the URL. Where you don't know the URL, let me perhaps paste it here in the chat so that someone can copy and put it somewhere. In case you forgot, you can just always open your web browser and then write Meta. So here, this search engine will help you quickly navigate to different search results where you can either use these links to navigate to ment.com. For my case, I've tried to use mentor.com direct as a URL. So just as we did in the former, you have to always sign up, and during sign up, you can either continue with your Google account or you can quickly use the form by filling in your details. I feel continuing with Google gives a very quicker and simpler approach. So for my case here, I've already created my account here, so I'll continue with my dashboard here. Just to clarify, mentmeta.com has got a free plan, and in this free plan, you can create as many presentations as possible, but the maximum participants that can join interactively are 50. In case you want to have more participants join in, then you can consider switching to different plans here. But for our case, we'll continue with the free plan. Now, how do we now create the interactive presentations? Interactive in the sense that you want to engage with the participants, just as you saw me engage with you at the very start. So to create these presentations, you click on New Ment. That is like you observed. Yes, allow it to load here quickly. Now, when you click on newment.com, you can create from scratch, you can use a template, or you can import slides. Now, in case you don't have, again, knowledge on how to create the questions, ChatGPT can help you. We can tell it to create for us an interactive presentation. As an ICT teacher, we can tell it to generate an interactive presentation about, say, use of computer hardware, for senior 2 students. And then you press enter to allow it to check. So here, it will give you guidance. But now this is general presentation. In case you want to align it to ment.com, then of course you need to know the nature of question. Because in Ment, like you earlier on observed, we have open-end questions, we have closed-end questions, and so forth. So I would want to directly show you here how we can utilize AI in Ment other than bring out questions just to save time. So to do that, we return to the Home tab here, and I'll still go to Home. Now, when I'm on the Home tab, either you click New Ment and you create your slides from scratch or using a template, or we can use the AI embedded within Ment to generate the presentations directly under Ment. For my case here, I'll click Start with AI, and wow, they will require us then to provide an appropriate prompt. As an ICT educator, I'm now here creating a prompt, create an interactive presentation. about computer hardware. Computer hardware for senior 1 students. Just a short phrase. I want to, I've been specific in terms of topic here and in terms of class. But of course, you can always provide your outline, the presentation outline, and other specific details. So if I click submit here, Mint will first of all try to read through our prompts and will elaborate it further just to see that it has really understood us. Create an interactive presentation about computer hardware for senior 1 students to enhance their understanding of components and functions of a computer. This session aims to engage students with interactive elements like polls, QA to facilitate learning and discussion, and well, that's okay. So if I click submit, AI will now generate the question, rather the presentation, but for it to complete, it will require us to choose a theme. Consider a theme as the general appearance of your presentation. There are quick templates here, either as Mint Light, Mint Dark, True Blue. Please, you can always choose a theme here, a combination of color, the background, the font colors that your presentation can take. Just always click on any theme and then wait for AI to generate that interactive quizzes for you, rather interactive presentation. Please, if you have any question like we've done, feel free to use the chat. This is the very last in the demonstrations. Perhaps other tools, we can integrate them later in the interest of time. Any other feedback, you're free to give it to us through the chat. Okay. So they have given us our draft. We can now click start editing to begin reviewing here. This is our topic, and it is addressed to the senior 1 students. The agenda is very clear here. You can continue. And now this is the question. What is the first word that comes to your mind when you hear about computer? So in case you want to present here, of course, you can always continue to present. What I didn't tell you at the very beginning is that in the free plan, you cannot make many presentations a day. You can present only 1 a day. Earlier on, I'd presented, and so I cannot present. So in case you want to make several presentations, then you'll have to continue and as well try to upgrade. But just as I was telling you, they are open, like this question here was a word count, prompting the viewers or prompting the audience to type in the words, just as we had in the previous slides. So how do you now present this? Editing is not hard. You just always have to select the slide like in any presentation software, click on the content, and you can either delete and add just as you've done. To change the picture, still you can click on the picture, and on your right here from this pan, you can click upload image. You can even change the layout, the general arrangement. So in case you now want to present to your audience, I'll be using this presentation I earlier on created because of the free plan. And this is the presentation I was earlier on creating. When you are done with the creation of slides and you now want to interact with your audience, you just always have to click present. And just like any presentation software, the slideshow will be run. And in the slideshow, the slides will fill the entire screen. Now, your audience, the listeners or the students, for them to join in the presentation, will have to navigate to mint.com, just as you did at the very beginning. They will open their browsers, and with their browsers here, they can now type in menti.com. And as the teacher, the code is clear there. You tell them, after they have navigated to menti.com, you tell them to write the code 76334012, and you press enter. So What you see is what they see on their end. The advantage here is that they can like your presentation in real time and you'll see a like. They can as well try to interact with you in terms of giving feedback. Like this is just informative slide. If I go to the next slide, what do you hear about AI? You give this feedback. So from their end, they can give you feedback to interact with you. This is a very good tool that I hope can make your presentation very, very good to really engage the audience as you deliver. So briefly, those are the few tools I would share with you. Next time, perhaps you stick to our channels here to get upcoming videos on different tools. We had prepared to talk about Canva. We had wanted to talk about Magic School, but in the interest of time, we'll stop here. For a deeper and more engaged learning, we will have to engage you through the respective YouTube channels we have. I now want to probably ask any member here, if there's any question, you're free to use to now unmute now and share with us. Otherwise, this is where we will end tonight. Until then, any feedback, guys, you're free to unmute now and ask a question. Let's teacher Bernard, on your end, did you see any questions from the chat?
Most of the questions they are appreciating for the session. There's nothing much, but of course they are asking about the pro and free versions. But members here, you need to know that whenever you go pro, whenever you go premium, there is always an advantage there. Free things cannot always achieve the best, but if you want the best, just invest something small and achieve.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Senior. So coming up next week, I'll be hosting Mr. Mkarere Rogers, and together we will be talking about how to create a digital portfolio. It is very important that as educators lately, we need to have a website. We need to have good social handles. I mean social media handles, and in most cases, branded very well with our clear details, probably for quick identity as educators, but also to allow us engage with our learners. So I want to appreciate you for joining in. The video has been streaming live. That is on the YouTube channel of Mr. Kakuru Lonat, and also later the upload will be on my channel as well. So feel free to visit Mr. Kakuru Lonat's channel to have
you can press enter there on YouTube. After searching me, yes, you press enter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you click the name, click on the name up. Yes, then come to live section.
Yeah.
Live, so yes, that's where they can find the live session.
Absolutely. So colleagues, like you saw, you search Teacher Kakuru Bernard, put in the name from the YouTube channel, and then navigate to live after you've clicked on the name among the search. Okay, that's it we had today, educators. Very much appreciation to you for the patience you have upheld while with us. For inquiries, please feel free to reach to Mr. Kakuru and Teacher. Then still we meet again. Bye. I would now want to have any volunteer on call to give us a closing prayer. Kindly on call, if there's any person, raise up your hand and offer a closing prayer. Oh, thank you, Paul. Paul, that's very wonderful. Please unmute and lead us through the prayer.
Okay, let's humble ourselves for the concluding prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for today. We thank you for the facilitation that we have had. We thank you for our dear facilitators. They have given us very wonderful knowledge. And we pray that you keep them with more knowledge and more research so that they can provide to us as we avail and we be very good mentors and very good organized online people so that we can really deliver to the rightful sources and the rightful people, Father, King of Glory. We pray that you be the one to guide us in other webinars, Father, so that we can really achieve the best to the best of our knowledge. I pray, believing and trusting in mighty name, Jesus, who reigns now and forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Colleagues, let's meet next week, Sunday, next time, same time at 8 p.m. With Mr. Mukarere Rogers. Teacher Kakuru will be with us, I know, and other educators, how we share experiences on how we create digital portfolios as educators for good branding and identity. Thank you.